Deuteronomy 7, verses 7 to 9. Not because you were greater than all the peoples has the Lord longed for you and chose you. It is because you are the least of all the peoples, for it was out of the Lord's love for you, and because he keeps his oath, which he swore to your fathers, that the Lord brought you out with a powerful hand, and redeemed thee from the slave's estate, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And thou shalt know that the Lord thy God is God, God the faithful, who keeps his covenant and his loving kindness with those who love him, and who keeps his commands to the 1,000th generation. This is the Bible's answer to Why Israel? There are several things to note. Firstly, the passage is topped and tailed by words for love. First, the love of God, described with 3 words, longing, loving, and loving kindness, with which he loves those who love him and do his will. Then we have our love to God towards the end of verse 9. It is love from beginning to end, love answering to love. God's love is threefold in this passage. 3 words are used to denote it. Also notice the shift from second person plural to second person singular. Even in mid-sentence, brought you out, redeemed thee. Why? Possibly to emphasize that God loves both nations and individuals. Suddenly, the focus zooms in from the collective to the individual, quite unexpectedly. It's a moment of drama in the text and felt keenly by every hearer. Suddenly, God's talking to me. The themes of the oath to the patriarchs, the covenant, and the Exodus are present here, as they are in many places throughout the Old Testament. But they are presented in 2 major foci: God's love, in 3 words, and his identity as God, using both the Israelite and the Canaanite words for God, Elohim and El. In other words, he is God both of Israel and of the Gentiles. His character is delineated by his actions, which show his faithfulness to who he is, namely, love. It is because you are the least of all the peoples. I think the lesson of verse 7 is that God bends down to pick up those who need him most. That is typical of his heart's longing, his love, and his loving kindness, the 3 words used in our passage. And Israel is an object lesson to the Gentiles, to teach us who God is by showing us what he's like by how he treated them, always faithful to them even when they are unfaithful. Compare 2 Timothy 2:13. God isn't the God of the strong, but of the weak, for which we may be truly thankful.